Good morning, Allison.
Good morning, Chris. How are you today?
Good, good. Thanks for inviting me back to your garden.
This is Chris in the garden. So one of the biggest things is Leafminer. It starts in June, right?
Yes.
What is Leafminer?
There are several types of leaf miners, and the one that's most commonly asked about are the citrus leaf miner, and they're attacking citrus usually very late June or early July, and they will continue all the way into December. And citrus leaf miners come from tiny little moths that fly around. They winter over January into June, and it seems ironic that they would wake up so late, but that's when they usually get active. They attack the new flush or new growth of citrus leaves. Citrus in Southern California seem to flush continually, but they're really flushing in the longer days of summer. And all that new tender growth, the citrus leaf miner these tiny little moths will lay their eggs, and they hatch into larvae very quickly. And the larva is a tiny worm, and it gets inside, let's just say my hand is the leaf. It gets inside the leaf, and it makes like a weird snaky looking trail with looks like slime behind it. And the slime is actually what they call frass, which is the waste product of the actual leaf miner larva, the worm that's tunneling inside the leaf. And what will happen is the leaves will start crinkling up. Now, whatever you do, do not take those leaves off, even though they're being attacked. They're still producing food for the tree. They're photosynthesizing. Very important to leave them on the tree.
What's flushing?
Flushing is new growth. Whenever you fertilize, you're really going to get a lot of new growth. I usually recommend fertilizing fall and winter for citrus, and you minimize flushing during the summer. So the latest I would fertilize citrus would be spring, after they flower, maybe at the end of April when the flowers start dropping and the fruit set. You get your last fertilizer session in, and don't fertilize during the summer or early fall, because all that fertilizer is going to cause a lot of new flushing, and the leaves will be severely attacked by the leaf miner. The leaf miner has been entrenched in Southern California for over 10 years now. This is actually a pheromone trap. There's tiny little moths in here. They're little specks. There's a little pheromone, looks like a little rubber eraser. That's going to attract these moths, actually the males, for about 3 months. This pheromone trap is so powerful it can work over a 5-acre area. It works for 3 months, and this thing will get filled up, and after 3 months just throw it away. So it turns out to be a boys club, so they get stuck in here. Less females can lay eggs because all the boys are going into these things. The pheromone's so powerful, you want to keep these pheromone traps about, I would say, 30-40 feet away from the closest citrus. You could even put it on the other side of the yard away from the citrus. Just keep it about 40 feet away, because being so powerful, if this is drawing moths from all directions over 5 acres, yeah, they're going to go to this, but some are going to end up going to the trees, and that's not good. So these come in a box. There's 3 traps, there's 3 pheromones, and 3 hangers. And one of these should work for a year and a half. I would recommend putting out the first pheromone trap in, say, mid to late June, the second trap around September, October, and then the third trap, we'll say June of next year, which would be 2020. So these should work for a year and a half for you.
What are some common places to hang them?
You can hang it on other trees. You could hang it on a fence post, or a nail, or on the fascia board of the house, or it could go in any other tree other than citrus. So it's a good organic way mitigating the leaf miners. They're still going to the trees will still get hit, but you can severely lower their populations and reduce the damage. The more I prune the tree, less fruit I'm going to get the following year, because each one of those leaves, even though they're crinkled, distorted, has the snaky little trail on it, they're still photosynthesizing, and you're taking away next year's production of fruit.
Is there another solution besides leaf miner traps to get rid of them on trees?
Probably early to mid-June, start spraying with spinosad, which is an organic OMRI-listed pesticide. And spinosad will be a larvicide. And again, these tiny little worms are larvae of the moth, of the citrus leaf miner moth. So the ones doing the damage are the larvae. One application before these guys start hatching should really help too. We are Orange
Orange
County
County
Farm Supply.